It's time to add a little bit of class to your arcade and gaming room. And what do I mean by class? Well, how about the Class of 1981? That's right, the Miss Pac-Man Galaga reunion cabinet has been wonderfully recreated by Arcade1Up. Just take a look at the side panel artwork with Miss Pac-Man. And then when you go to the other side, Galaga, everything pops, everything looks great. Matching riser panels for each side of the artwork. I mean, look at that classic Galaga logo. That looks fantastic. We have a 17-inch monitor, BOE. The speakers sound awesome on this thing. The games look great without any smoothing effects. We even get this awesome little J panel here. Instead of a black panel, we have the artwork mashed up in the middle, Galaga Miss Pac-Man, and that flows into the kick plate. We have a beautiful kick plate graphic here, as well as a Class of 1981 on the front riser panel. The only thing this thing is missing is a coin door. Take a look at that light up control deck. Usually I don't like these, but on this particular cabinet, I'm really digging it. I think it looks great. Overall, everything on this cabinet from an appearance point of view looks beautiful to me. This is an awesome recreation of the Class of 81 cabinet. However, we do have a glaring issue. And by glaring issue, I mean that marquee. My only real complaint about this cabinet is this marquee. It's probably the worst lit marquee we've ever seen from Arcade1Up, and we even have some gouges and gashes in it as well. Take a look up there. The control deck includes an optional headphone jack as well as standard Arcade1Up stick and buttons that aren't the best, but they do the job. Take a look at that user interface. Easy to use, easy to navigate. You got 12 games: Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug 2, Galaga, Galaga 88, Galaxian, Mappy, Rally X, Rolling Thunder, Rompers, Tower of Druaga, and King and Balloon. 12 really good vertical Bandai Namco games on this cabinet. And also, awesome Dipswitch settings for every single game, including Miss Pac-Man did include out of the box the speed up hack. So it's nice to see that that particular feature is included right out of the box. And when it comes to Galaga, they did also include a firmware update that was just recently released that does include the fast fire option for those of you who like to play Galaga with the fast fire option. But what really sells this cabinet to me is the online leaderboards. They have 2 sets of leaderboards for every game showing you the top 25 scores, and they have leaderboards, it says there in the top right, any settings. So if you're not using the default arcade settings, you can make the leaderboards. And also the leaderboards for the standard arcade settings as well. So it's nice to see that there's 2 versions of leaderboards for every single game. That way you can get good and then always go back to the default settings to try and really compete against the best of the best. Overall, minus the marquee, and keep in mind the appearance of the marquee is just my humble opinion alone. You can agree to disagree, totally fine. But overall, minus the appearance of the marquee as well as the standard joysticks and buttons that we typically get from Arcade1Up, I actually feel like I got a really good value with this Class of 1981 arcade cabinet. I'm really enjoying playing this as well as all 12 games, testing myself using the optional settings for practice, as well as going to standard arcade mode in all the games to compete on the leaderboards. I think Arcade1Up did overall a really good job on this cabinet, and considering I got it for $530 on sale and I didn't have to pay full price, that's a win in my book. Now, this cabinet retails for $599, and I got it from Best Buy. I got it on sale, I think, for $530, so did not pay full price, which was nice, and a little bit more than where I like to spend on Arcade1Ups, because for me, typically, I like to cap that at $500 at the most for these units. But for $530, I think we're getting a pretty dang good cabinet. Just need to, hopefully they can come out with better marquees in the future, because I feel like I'm going to have to replace that. The only other issue with this cabinet is it doesn't have the original Class of 1981 ROM set, so you don't have that bonus unlockable Pac-Man game. That could be an issue for some. It doesn't bother me. I have a million other ways to play Pac-Man. I don't care if that game is unlockable or not on this cabinet, but some enthusiasts who really like the Class of 81 original cabinet, that might be an issue for you, so buyer beware when it comes to that. Overall, I'm really digging this cabinet, and also when it comes to the sound, we do have the dual speakers, we do have stereo sound, and unlike recent Arcade1Up cabinets that had speaker gate issues, which is the common community term we've been throwing around. All the games sound great, let's demo them. So we've now officially made 2 videos for this cabinet. Back a couple of months ago, we did our 5 reasons why you should or should not buy this cabinet, and now we actually went ahead and purchased it, and now we can actually give our own formal opinion. In my opinion, I'm really digging this cabinet, minus, again, that marquee and the typical Arcade1Up controls. Everything else works, runs, looks, and sounds great. So in my humble opinion, I think this cabinet is worth picking up. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your honest feedback, reactions, and comments after the video's over. Give me a thumbs up on the way out, and as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.